So, seventh characteristic of waveforms describes the shape of a complex waveform by breaking it down into simple terms. So now we can look at a more complex waveform on the graph. So let's say we have a sound event. In simple terms, the attack, the decay, the sustain, and the release. The attack is the time from the inception of a sound event to it reaching its highest amplitude, or the buildup of the sound to its highest level after the initial striking. If we think about the example of a snare drum, the attack is really fast. The time it takes to reach its peak is almost instantaneous. But if you compare that to, say, a timpani drum, the time is slower and a little more gentle in comparison. Next we have the decay, which is the time between the initial attack reaching its peak and the sustain. The sustain is the held segment of the sound, the time the sound is held for, or the primary resonant portion, which is followed by the release section, which is the time it takes for the sound to disappear after the sustain is completed. So if we think about this in terms of a single piano note, we have the attack when we strike the key. The attack is the time it takes to reach its full force. We have the decay, which is the time it takes for it to reach the full resonance of the instrument. The sustain, which holds on until we let go. And the release, which is the time it takes for it to disappear from within the body of the piano. Envelope characteristics are specifically what we use electronically to manipulate different sounds within synthesis. Creating electronic instruments that mimic acoustic instruments is all done by manipulating these parameters: the attack, the decay, the sustain, and the release. Setting these four things up in different time configurations can make electronic synthesized sounds seem a lot like the real thing. Or manipulating these parameters can allow you to make really unique synthesized sounds. And now you understand all the characteristics of sound waves.